Good morning, everyone. This is Christmas morning, 2019. Maggie and I are traveling this holiday. We are in Cleveland Heights, Ohio, which is where my mom currently lives and where I'm from. I decided to pack the metal detector along for a possible hunt or two, and it looks like we're going to have some great weather for it today. Maggie and I are out for a stroll here in my mom's neighborhood here. So this part of the city, most of these houses were built in the very late 19th and early 20th centuries. Most of these pads were constructed by executives of the steel and oil concerns that were quite wealthy around that time. A lot of Rockefeller money around here, that sort of stuff. So what we're going to do is take a shot at some of Mom's property. Her house is on the site of an estate that was built, I think, in the 1880s or 90s. The original house burned down, unfortunately, but this is the wall, or part of the wall, that remains. So there should be some good history in the ground here. In about the 1960s, inside of this wall, they put up some condominiums, so that's where we're going to be looking. And perhaps, if we get lucky, we might go and ask for permission to metal detect at some of these other bigger places that are quite impressive. And who knows? Hopefully we'll find something cool. Stay tuned. Okay, guys, so I'm working the big stone wall. It's about 10 feet tall. Runs along the side of the property here. I'm outside of it, right next to this dump here. So I've got a probably a dime signal here, 8182. So let's see what it is. Okay, guys, so I've got it pinpointed here, I think. Let's see if we can dig it out. There it is. Okay, it's 76 Memorial. Decent shape, though. Alright, let's find another target. Okay, so I rechecked that very same hole. Came up with another signal, and this one's a 67. So, good sign that this hasn't been hunted, and we're getting closer to the era of solid silver change. So, good sign. Let's find another target. Alright, so just a few feet away from where I found those two pennies, I got this guy, which rung up high 80s, so it looked good. Wasn't quite sure what it was at first until I saw that wire in the middle, and what I think this is a really old coax cable from, like, the days when the video killed the radio star. So, vintage 80s cable TV hookup is what I'm guessing that is. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let's find another target. Okay, right next to this pretty gate in the wall, 78 Lincoln. Not sure what was happening against this wall back in the 70s, but there are a lot of pennies from that era. Alright, well, let's find some silver. Next target.
Turns out it was old hooligans just like this one who used to shoot dice against the back wall of the property and cause all kinds of different problems.
Okay, they just keep on coming. There's an 81 with a bite out of it. Let's find another target. Alright, so I've rounded the corner here. I'm now on to one of the other streets. I'm searching the sidewalk strip here. We used to call this a tree lawn when I was a kid. And I always thought it was a tree lawn, and then I moved to New England and I heard people call it a sidewalk strip. So what is this? What is this thing called? I don't know. Anyway, so interesting find here. Appears to be a copper rivet in a very, very old piece of leather. Sorry for the traffic noise. The leather's crumbling quite a bit. It was about, 6 inches down in the roots. That appears to be pretty old to me. Kind of neat. Let's find another target. Okay, just to show you guys a little bit more of the old estate here, which is now condos. This is the courtyard behind my mom's place. I think they were able to use quite a bit of the old stone in the construction of the landscaping here. This is the interior courtyard here and some of the other buildings. And I think that tree is probably original. It's an old sucker. There's an old, this is the pool from the original building. It's closed up for the winter, but it's pretty cool with all the indigenous sandstone. And some further walkways over there. So I'm not going to metal detect inside the walls, just because some of the other residents might not appreciate it, but just wanted to give you guys a look at the interior. And here's some more of, I think this is part of the original wall. I'm not sure what purpose that served. And then there's that little cottage back there, which was actually a playhouse for the kids in the family who lived here when it was a large estate. So pretty crazy. Right now it's empty or used for storage or something, but it's just a little cottage back there, a little play cottage. And this pathway goes straight down to one of the exterior doors on the wall.
The 5.5 acre estate was built between 1906 and 1909 for Charles Briggs and his family. It had 30 rooms, 15 hand-carved marble fireplaces, 2 greenhouses, slate and tile imported from England, as well as a chapel featuring mosaic marbles depicting Bible scenes. There was a large playhouse for the children, an outdoor pool, a carriage house, as well as a ballroom with a 60-foot dance floor for entertaining. Dr. Briggs died in 1937 and the family moved out. Thereafter, it became a concert venue and a boarding house until its destruction in the 1960s.
Okay, so walking along the wall here, I found an old entrance with a slate staircase going up into, I think this would be the west-facing wall. So what I thought I'd do was check out the tree lawn right here, assuming that at some point in history people would have parked their whatever vehicle there and climbed up. So far I found a very, very lunched old Roosevelt dime. Something violent happened to this guy. Haven't been able to see a year yet, as I think whatever happened to it. I don't know, I should be able to get that. I don't believe it's silver. I think it's a modern one. It doesn't look or feel like silver to me, but I'm going to check out these stairs and alongside them, see if anything might have been dropped. Any $20 gold coins accidentally got dropped on the way to a party or something. Let's find a target. Here's that entryway. Does not appear to get used very often or cleaned. There's the wall going north, and there it is going south. That little tower is the corner of the original estate, now condo complex. That's a cool ivy. Let's find another target. And another 76. Let's find another target. 1946. Solid silver dime. All right. We're in the precious metal, guys. Let's find another target. So here we are on to a new permission. This is my sister's house. Sorry about that 46 dime. I had a whole strip of film, me live digging it up and all the excitement and blah, 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 blah. And then somehow I only caught that tail end of it. So that is a 1946 90% silver dime, first year of mintage. So pretty cool. All right, let's see what we can find here. This house was built in the early 1920s, I believe. Let's find a target. All right, so we're on the tree lawn here. Found a couple of zinc pennies so far. I'm getting a maybe copper penny or dime signal here, so let's take a look. Okay, that was looks like a clad dime. Pretty grungy. I'll have to clean that up to get a date, but definitely not silver. All right, let's find another target. Hey, finger out of the way there. This was a solid 86. Got it out of the ground. Don't know what it is yet. Oh. Clad quarter. Let's see. Here's that guy. Gotta get into the sun here. Can't quite read it, but not silver. Let's find another target. Okay, I'm a little way up the lawn here, probably about a third of the way, and I got my first older coin. Nice wheat penny. There we go. There's the sunlight. Can't quite read the date, but I think it's a 50. It's a 50 something. 53 maybe. There we go. 56. Not quite sure. It's the Wheatie though. We're getting older stuff. Let's find another target. Okay guys, I'm getting close to done here, but I just got a neat signal. It was about an 84, 82. Thought it might have been a quarter. Turns out it's an old dog tag. 1986. Doesn't look like there's any adornments on it, but kind of neat. That's a fun little find. Let's find a couple more targets, and then I think we're going to call it a day. So Maggie and I decided to take a walk not too far from, hey Maggie, not too far from Mom's house to Lakeview Cemetery, which was apparently organized in 1869. It's a beautiful place. It's one of these huge park-like cemeteries with big monuments. So we will go in and check out some of the famous dead Clevelanders that are here. No metal detecting inside of these walls. So here we are coming up on the Garfield Monument, as in President Garfield. It looks like it's covered in scaffolding. So let's go find out what kind of work they're doing on it. It's quite a big hunk of sandstone, so maybe they're cleaning it or doing some repairs. Let's go find out. So I can't tell for sure, but it looks like they're cleaning the facade of Garfield's memorial here. James Garfield was president in, I believe, 1881 for about 6 months. He was a Republican. Ultimately died in office. He was assassinated by a guy named Charles Guiteau, who wanted to be ambassador to France, had no qualifications for the job except having a French-sounding last name. Garfield denied him that office, and Guiteau found him on a train station platform and shot him. Pretty wild. So here are the front stairs leading up to the entrance to the monument. You can get a little bit of an idea of the sculpture and workmanship of the stone on the facade. Events from Garfield's life and presidency depicted there. When the weather's nice, you can go inside, and down in the basement, Garfield and his wife and one of their children are all actually laying in state. Their coffins are in a round room in the basement. Apparently he's the only president who is permanently laying in state here at Lincoln Cemetery. And then if you look over this way, it's a better view from up on top of the stairs, but you can get a little bit of a view of Cleveland off to the west. But can't see much from this level, unfortunately. Doesn't look like they want me going up there, so that's the view we're gonna get. So here we are hiking up to the next dead Clevelander of note. He sits at only slightly lower elevation than President Garfield. Apparently, the higher you are on the hill here, the more important you are. So here's the Rockefeller family's granite phallus. Just looking at it, I know it's not easy to tell on the camera, but I'm guessing this sucker is maybe 60 feet tall, maybe 70, well, yeah, 50 or 60 feet. So Rockefeller, famous oil man. See if we can find much of his family is buried up here. Lucy, let's see, there he is. John D. Rockefeller. Oh, he hung in there. Wow. Almost 98 years old. Lots of time to spend your money. So again, pretty high perch. Actually, maybe even a slightly better view of the Cleveland skyline. From here, you can see it way off to the west there. And there's back at Garfield, so. Make $1 billion in oil and you can have one too. Okay guys, so this will serve as our wrap-up for the 2019 Christmas in Ohio metal detecting video. Mostly it was pennies, mostly copper pennies, some clad quarters and dimes, a couple Canadian pennies, a few interesting relics, that old coax cable connector, there's a little lead pipe there, piece of twisted up copper wire, some copper tubing, that old rivet, this dog license, which is kind of fun. How well you can see that, 1986, and then a couple old coins, 1950s wheat penny, and a 1946 first year of production silver Roosevelt dime. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video and bit of history. Merry Christmas, and I will see you all again soon.